Good evening, folks. I'm quite astounded by how diverse this is. You go from a university graduate to former council worker with Glasgow. But as you see, I actually took Alistair's request for a brief presentation the wrong way, and you almost get 19 slides of my underpants. But this is my earliest childhood memory. 4 years old, being stuck up what seemed like a huge cliff, basically 20 foot high, calling for my dad. And he basically come up, didn't give me any help whatsoever, apart from tell me about the word. There is no such word as can't, which has always stuck with me. And for that reason, I decided to experience something completely different and went on an Atlantic row from Gran Canaria to Barbados. This is after only 6 days. It's not my backside, I can quite gladly say, but it gets much, much worse, let me tell you. These are just salt sores, and I never stick anything to my arse that is going to be more painful getting off than it is putting on. These are the other effects. I lost about 2 stone, and mainly in muscle. But a lot of the guys didn't fancy it again, but I certainly, for some strange reason, although I hated the first row, decided that I could do better the second time around, which was quickly put to rights by a whale which sheared the rudder off our second boat. And we ended up being picked up by this Ukrainian soybean tanker, and which was quite an interesting. They didn't speak any English, we didn't speak any Ukrainian. But Leaving Brown, our skipper, as you see here with his hose pipe, Leaving's always into a bit of fun. You tend to find with ocean rowers that because you don't know whether you're ever going to come back, we tend to party it up fairly hard before the end of it, or before the start, sorry. These are some of the quotes I've had thrown at me through the past couple of years. And although I have been homeless, sleeping in my car just 2 years ago, these things drive me on, just to prove people wrong. And for that reason, I decided to take on another row from New York, obviously, to the Scilly Isles, which was a 114-year-old record, which we managed to just shave 11 days off of. So this was our 5th world records. Leaving himself is a master tactician when it comes to navigation, and instead of going straight out, as most crews had in the 100 and odd years, he decided to skip out and go straight into the Gulf Stream to get a bit of a shushed up and then across, and it kept us away from Sable Island and places like that. But we did have 2 false starts. The Montauk, where they filmed Jaws, they pulled us in there after an electrical storm after only 2 days, and all the fishermen, commercial fishermen who were snorting cocaine off the end of the bar at 4:30 in the afternoon, thought we were nuts. We actually thought exactly the opposite, but this is out there, and this is very calm. We were caught in an eddy at this point, which circulate currents which circulate just outside the Gulf Stream. One of the most remarkable things is the wildlife you see. Sharks, orcas, hippopotamus. That's me earned a tenner for the charity because I had to get that wee word in. Greg, get your money out your pocket. This was an incredible moment when the QE2 actually came out and had met us, and there's not many people can say they've had the QE2 come out their way. This is literally 3-4 miles from shore, and I got the timing wrong there, which Leaving would kill me if I ever saw it. But there's nothing better than knowing that you've got 4 miles to go and the world records are in the bag. This is my latest, which will be 3,100 miles, 72 miles per day for 43 days, completely unsupported. although I believe Caroline somewhere might join me for 2 or 3 days at the beginning. This map is really significant to me. When I had first moved into the homeless flat, I pinned it on my bedroom wall. So it was the last thing I seen at night and the first thing I saw in the morning. And through all the trials and tribulations, this kept me going. Just having that wee dream. As a tester, I ran up through Britain. And I think everybody should try at some point locking their front door for 2 or 3 days and going out and trying to find somewhere safe to sleep. This was scaffolding in a building site in Huddersfield. So I wouldn't recommend it, but I think everybody should try it. I've been sitting next to Mark Bowman thinking, the man smells. It doesn't actually, it's my jacket that I wore on that. I haven't, sorry Matt, I haven't washed it since. That was a wee thing in my bathroom, which is basically a chalkboard, which I thought people could put funny sayings on, but it's become quite important to me. Failure is not an option, so if I don't get the funding for the next trip, this, along with everything else in my flat, will go up for sale to fund it. Even the rubber duck. And this is my hero, Muhammad Ali, who is without a doubt the best individual athlete I think I've ever met. Not met. What is Sabir? Anyway, if you believe in yourself, basically that's what it is. Believe in yourself and you can do absolutely anything. And that's about it, folks. And thank you very much for listening.